serious problems.
Right, Mika, what's your Skirious problem, mate?
My Skirious problem is my podcast studio at an undisclosed location somewhere in Italy right now, mate. Like, I literally don't even have a chair in my room, so I'm just laying in bed, just chilling. It's actually not a problem. I actually live in a dream. So
Yeah.
Also, we've got a freaking cool guest on today to talk about this race event thing in Italy. It's Gus Schumacher from the United States. Welcome, Gus.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I'm not in bed, but I am in a weird spot, so...
Are you also in an undisclosed location?
Undisclosed, yeah.
Both Gus and me are not staying in Olympic Village, so we don't give a fuck. But Mika had to move out to record this podcast, so he's staying in a room outside Olympic Village, right, Mika?
Yeah, exactly. That's
because
exactly
it's not allowed to record more than 2 minutes in the Olympic Village, so we would definitely not do that. That would be horrific.
It's also really good that while we're doing this podcast, Jimmy, that you point that out, like pretty much at the start. It's a great idea to do that.
Yeah, but we're not breaking any laws because we're not recording in the Olympic Village.
The IOC is not gonna watch past 45 seconds anyway, right?
True.
That's
They're gonna be like, oh, Mika is still like his depressed Mika, and anyway,
but there might be a situation in which I might still be fucking depressed. How is it to be a good skier, Gus? You have to tell us about it. It's like both Jimmy and I don't really know anything about that, so.
Oh, you guys know. Everyone kind of knows, right? But sometimes it leaves you for a bit, and you don't know why. And sometimes you're good, and you also don't know why.
Yeah, but let's dial back like a few years. So you did your like World Cup debut, and you had like super good season. I think you were still on 23 then, and you were like kind of people were like you were top 10 in Falun, I think. Was that season 2 or
yeah,
season
when the
1?
Norwegians came back, that was big.
So then it was like huge Gus Schumacher, like you were good as a junior, obviously. But then the few years after, you were still good, but you were maybe not quite as good. And now I feel like this year, of course you had your like victory in Minneapolis, but I feel like this year you've stepped it up a notch. And now you like not only got a podium, you not only won a race in Tour de Ski, but you also got a podium in Classic Sprint, which me and Mika were like, we're pretty sure that's like supposedly your worst event, I would have guessed.
Yeah, I was pretty sure about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that first year, the writing was on the wall by the end of the year. Like, my energy fizzled. I was just like training too much those years. I felt good in the summer and the fall, like, end of the fall especially, I felt super good. And then, we have our October altitude camp, and like, I think the combination of like, most of it was just like wanting to be good on the World Cup, basically. Like, I stepped up to the World Cup and I was like, all right, I got to do this much more because these guys are crazy fit. But obviously, like, you can't outdo your own body. And I basically did for a few years. And that, like, the Minneapolis year was the first summer where I just like dialed the training volume back a little bit, kept the energy higher through the summer and fall, and it pretty quickly worked out, which is nice.
You're talking about volume.
I know
we're numbers people. Like, how much is too much?
I was like trying to go for 1,000 those first couple years, and like was on track for sure through the summer, and then just be sick through the winter basically, and didn't make it. So then now I'm down more in the like 800 to 900 range, and that seems to work a lot better. Like, obviously trying to push it a little bit year by year, but I feel like I've learned more about like how I should feel at different parts of the year, like basically just not being super tired ever.
And then what I mean there also must be some kind of mindset that you have where you just go like super chill through life. We were talking about this in the autumn, me and Jimmy. Like, we're all trying to be in Europe. We're all trying to be like not look too much to the left, not look too much to the right. Like we all try to ski on the snow farming track in Livigno on the same 3-kilometer lap, like lap after lap after lap after lap after lap. And the most important thing for us is like just make sure that you don't let a little bit of fun sneak in there somewhere. And then we follow your Strava and we just see you doing all these sick ski mountaineering tours, or all these, like a couple or a few, just before you come to Europe to race in Ruka, and then you're super good straight away. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that sort of stems from this same conversation. I think it is a good segue. Just like I've developed more patience, because for sure in the past I used to be more like lock in on the snow farming loop, you know, drive an hour and a half to ski when like, yeah, I don't know, maybe when you do it enough, at some point it's just like there's an efficiency you need to find. And for sure, like skiing is important, and I try to cross country ski on competition relevant terrain and snow conditions as much as I feel reasonable. But you know, sometimes when it's like a 500-meter loop, I'll touch it, get the feeling, but not do it to the point of, you know, diminishing returns, I guess. Or like I want to ski for a really long time, and if I'm not really enjoying myself, then I might not do it for a long time. But if I'm like, you know what, skinning up a hill for 3 hours and taking the chill way down so I don't blow my ACL in November of an Olympic year, I think fits into the plan. And I come back from those things and I feel great and I've got energy, and then the ski training feels great. Like those intervals feel so much better and more fun. And I think, yeah, just in general, like making your life how you want it to be is a way to extend your longevity in the sport and your energy when it like really matters, which, you know, we travel a ton. So like for me, the more I can be at home and doing those kind of things that fill my cup, as Americans might say, it makes January, February a lot easier.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually getting a little bit inspired now.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, everyone can do it.
But like the thing is, me and Mika, we like fucking love ski touring, and like in the spring we go ski touring in Norway and have great fun. But then as soon as it's like June or something, we're like, or end of May, June, it was, oh, now we need to go like go ski at Sonjafjellet and like like lock in kind of thing. So then we like done for another 11 months. So yeah, I like this. I like this this way of life. Maybe I'll switch to that as well.
Yeah, because I feel like that thing works really well when you're outside of top 10 like 3 times in a year. But then when you're at where I'm right now, and then you just slowly start to become a little bit shit in skiing, then you're like, oh, I'm not really enjoying this so much. This is not really why I'm going to Livigno to ski on the same 3-kilometer loop for 2 weeks, day in and day out.
Yeah, maybe that's part of it too. Like, I don't know, when you see someone like beats you in a race and you know that they had 2 beers within the last week, you're like, oh my God, so you're saying I could have had 2 beers within the last week? And like a lot of these little things like don't really matter that much.
Yeah.
But you know, when you get to those situations where you're like feeling down about yourself and you think of all these things you sacrifice, it makes it so much worse, I feel like. But if you let yourself say like, oh, like this afternoon I was going to go roller ski, or like I was going to go run, which is traditionally more specific. Like instead I'll ride my bike to a little snowfield and make some turns. Like your heart doesn't know the difference. And then, you know, you have a bad race and you're like, well, at least I like got to do that like little afternoon workout instead of, I don't know, hitting the treadmill.
Yeah, maybe, you know what, Jimmy, this is going to be the key for us next season. We're going to try to also have fun in life sometime.
Yeah. Maybe that's a good idea. Yeah.
I mean, the like ski training is fun too, but yeah, I don't know. As I've gotten older, like I feel like and like understanding my training, that's a big part of it is, you know, you have to have belief in everything you do.
Yeah.
And I truly believe in those ski tours and like the things that I do as being part of what makes me fast.
Yeah.
Because, you know, your brain is at least half of it. And when you, yeah, I don't know. When I was younger, it was harder for me to do that. Is part of what I'm saying.
Mika's brain is definitely not half of it. It's like really, really, really small portion.
But
And
one part of what you're saying here right now as well is, I think you see it sometimes in a race as well. Like the way I remember Falun last year when you were second. I think you were second. The way when you're skiing in the pack, it actually it's. Oh, no, I don't know the English. See, this is shit when English is not your first language, because then every now and then you just miss a key word.
Yeah, I know some German too, but I probably don't know this word.
No, so, but you just see how you're expressing yourself just before you see that in a race as well. It's like you move through a field so easily. It's almost like a bit playful. It reminds me a bit of Lars Heggen as well. You guys move very similar on skis, actually.
That's a big compliment. Yeah, I mean, I feel like when it's coming well and like I'm flowing, it is super fun. And, you know, it helps when the skis are good too. That day I had really fast skis, so
I'm gonna
you
say,
can be more playful.
arguably, or actually unarguably, you've had by far the best skis of everybody in that race.
Yeah, it felt like it. Yeah.
Or at
But
least
you
at the
were
front.
also skiing so fucking good. It was unreal.
That's part of it, you know, yeah.
Yeah.
People sleep on aerodynamics for sure.
And you need to
but yeah,
use
I
the
know.
skis as well if you have them. Like there's tons of people
Yeah.
that get great skis and do not use them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, like my coaches afterwards were like, you should have hidden those skis a little bit, you know, like everyone knew. And I was like, well, I could go from 10th to 1st on the downhills. Like, why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Save some energy.
For sure. And I feel like there's also like a psychological thing when you're like going in downhill and you see someone just like go way faster than you on the side. It like kind of like it kind of hurts a little bit to the other people. So I think there's definitely like a psychological thing in
Yeah,
it.
it
So
is.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, I guess that didn't really cross my mind that much, but it's definitely, it feels a lot better when you're passing people than the other way around.
Yeah, for sure.
A
But
little
there's
change of topic.
oh, go for
Yeah.
it.
Or were you gonna say something?
No,
to
I
this
was going to
topic?
change topic as well. So
Okay, right. Everybody's talking about like clothes and clothing at the Olympics and who's got the best outfit and stuff. Let's talk about one particular piece of clothing you guys got. What's this blanket skirt thing you got with like there's just like eagles on it everywhere?
it looks cool, but it's a
It's
bit
the
random.
greatest thing I've ever seen
It's
anybody getting
super
at the
random.
Olympics.
Yeah, they went hard on the Eagles this year. Yeah, I don't know how much I can explain that one. It's a blanket that you put around your waist.
It's great. It's just like I think on your video you posted, I think Johnny was wearing it.
Yeah.
And then like he had this shirt with the eagles on her as well, and I was like, this is like you won't get more American than this.
No, yeah, they really went for it.
Yeah,
For sure.
What do you guys actually when you're testing skis and stuff? And then you say, okay, like this pair of skis is a bit faster than the others. Do you guys measure it in like freedoms per eagle, or what's the quality you measure in there?
Dude, I wish I could say inches, but they go for centimeters.
yeah,
We're
for
full
real.
on drinking the Kool-Aid over here. I don't even know what it means, but the texts do. Then they're like, oh, it's 0 degrees today. I'm like, dang, that's cold, right? That's a Fahrenheit joke for you guys. See, I kind of know Fahrenheit and Celsius, but you guys, you know, I don't think you know Fahrenheit at all.
That's true.
Okay, but just explain this one to me then.
I don't know a
Like-
single other language fluently, but I got that.
Mate, when you have 0 degrees Celsius, like when it goes down to -1, it starts to freeze. And when it goes
Yeah.
up to +1, it starts to get warm.
Yeah.
like, Where the hell is the logic with like 32 or 34, whatever it is?
Same deal. Just like if you subtract 1, you're at 31, and now it starts to freeze, and then you're at 33, and it starts to get warmer.
Yeah, but like, why 32? What, like, huh?
Is it actually the same? Because basically, like Celsius is like 0 freezing and 100 boiling. I actually don't even know this, which is crazy. But is Fahrenheit 1 degree Celsius is same as 1 degree Fahrenheit or not? No, it's not.
No.
So
That would
then
be
it's
too
not.
easy.
It's not the difference between 30 and 31. It must be like.
No, it's like -1 is like 29.8 or something.
Okay.
I've heard the explanation as like it's kind of like how it feels, like 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is probably like 30-ish Celsius, is like 100% of hot, like of like feeling hot. And 0 degrees Fahrenheit is like, that's kind of the bottom. That's just really
Nice.
cold. And 50 is like right in the middle, which is probably like plus 10, 11, 12, something like that.
This is the
Nice.
greatest explanation I've ever heard.
It's super arbitrary. But when you grow up with it, you understand it.
Yeah, I guess so.
But obviously, like, Celsius makes a lot more sense in terms of the physics, like water, which is, pretty much the most important physical thing we got around us.
Probably.
All right, we can move on now. That's enough.
Right. Okay, but we're gonna keep on talking about water. In some place in Italy, there's also water coming from the skies, but sometimes it's a bit snowy and sometimes it's a bit watery. Are we gonna get a Trondheim 2025 revival?
Dude, I don't know. So far, it seems good, right?
Oh, it's like it's been on the weather forecast. It's been like every time raining, and then it's just snowing instead of raining. And I bet you that when we get to the race, it's gonna be rain on the weather forecast, and then it's gonna fucking rain and not snow. And then
Trick everyone up.
everyone's gonna be like stressing about it. To be fair, it'd be better actually if it rains than snow, because snowing when you're doing classic is a fucking nightmare. So
Yeah, that is very true. But also during the races, there's not gonna be any downfall. So, or at least there's not any downfall forecasted. So, have you actually been on a track here already?
Yeah, I skied today.
And what's your impression?
It's good. Yeah, it's fun to have skied it before. Obviously not the classic side, but you have some familiarity. But it's definitely a championship course. Like, it's hard and
yeah,
it flows well though. I think it's good. Today it was slow.
Yeah.
Made it feel maybe harder than it will be.
Even on the skate side, like where you go left for the 3.75 loop instead of the 3.3, because
Yeah.
that one we didn't do yet. That's like a big long climb there.
Yeah, it turns into a big climb. Is it still stinky there? I didn't go out there today.
Uh,
There's a well-placed farm right on the corner. But
yeah.
during the
Yeah.
tour, when we were warming up, it was like pretty rank.
Okay, so where I come from, there's like about. So I live in between like 4 different farms. So I'm probably the wrong person to ask if it's stinky
Yeah,
there.
but so you agree
Well,
that
you'll know which type of stink maybe it is.
And I worked out shit. Yeah,
Cow, pig, chicken, something like that.
yeah.
But yeah, like the 7.2 track that we will only do for the 50K is super hard, and actually part of the 3.75 that we will do on the 10K is also super hard. There's like this super steep bump at the bottom of the hill, and then you go up for like maybe 3-4 minutes for ages, and that's
That's on
gonna
the red
be
side.
yeah, that's on the red side. So that's gonna be like a
Yeah.
super hard track. And then for the rest of the
Yeah.
course, it's kind of like rolling terrain, but it's like I think that's gonna be for the women's side on the 50K. You're gonna have to be like for sure top 10 if you want to be with the front group there. It's gonna be like breaking away so quick. I bet it's gonna be similar to what happened in Trondheim in the women's race.
Yeah, but I tell you what, this is actually for the 50K. This is actually a course that would theoretically allow breakaways to happen, because anytime after a climb, there's either like a somewhat short technical downhill, or even and like 2 points, there's like some wavy terrain after a climb. So it's never climb long downhill flat, because as soon as you get that, it's impossible to get a breakaway. But with the kind of terrain here, I'm not gonna say we'll get a 2013 Val di Fiemme World Championships revival, but there could be similar situations.
Yeah.
Are you scheming? Is that what I'm hearing? No comment. All
No
right.
comment, mate. The level that I'm skiing off right now is like, I'm more worried that I might actually get dropped in the first lap. So
You
don't
might
worry
break. You
about
might
me
break
breaking
away
away.
from. You might break away from place 31 though, Mika.
Yeah, I might break away from Thomas Westgard Maloney and Irineo Altimiras.
Yeah. But something I actually was thinking about is you, Gus, have been on the relay team for World Juniors and on 23s, where I think you got both. Did you get a medal in on 23s as well on the relay? No, it wasn't a relay in on
No.
23s then. Yeah, so
No.
it was just on World Juniors. You got that gold medal, I think, in Lahti.
Yeah, and over Wiesenthal.
Yeah. And now we're Olympics, and you have like actually a bit of a similar team. And I was looking through the teams that are like contenders for medals on the relay, and I actually think that US has a really good chance because now there's you, Ben, and Zach. There's all three of you guys are skiing really fast, like top 10 skiers.
Who's the fourth guy there, Gus? What do you think?
I guess it depends on how fast everybody goes.
Yeah, we'll see here. I mean, any of these guys, honestly, if they're at their peak, can hold up one of those legs. And like Johnny fancies himself a strong skater. I think he can be strong. Zandon, Hunter was on those relays and did a great job with the third leg. And I guess it must have just been our first one where we got silver in Gomes.
Yeah.
I mean, JC and Jack maybe don't quite have the 7.5K, but like JC, when he's good, can rip a 7.5K, and if it's fast conditions, that's something that's nice about it not being 10K anymore.
That's
you
true.
get like a little more all-rounder representation.
Yeah.
Also, Hunter Wonders. That's like when I that's the coolest name that exists. Like when I think of Hunter Wonders, I'm thinking about that dress with the eagles on it.
Yeah,
that's
I
like
was just gonna say that.
that's like fucking America.
He would be
That's
really happy to hear you guys say that. Yeah, he's a big-time patriot.
Wait, but if I'm not if I'm not wrong, did he not quit skiing to become a bush pilot or something?
that's what
Or
I
was that
thought as
not
well.
him?
He just quit skiing. Yeah, he does have his private pilot's license, so he flies little planes, but not for a living.
Yeah, okay.
He did some carpentry and hobby type work for a bit, I think, and decided skiing was better.
Yeah.
But he's a gifted guy. Yeah, he's super talented, really strong. Luke, this is just a little bit. You might have to edit this, but thought that if Hunter started a podcast, he could just call it Hunter Wonders.
Uh-huh. That's good.
Yeah, good.
A little tricky. Luke was
Yeah.
proud of that one.
Yeah. So, talking about Luke, he was one of the guys that was doing super well when we were juniors, together with you and Ben.
Yeah.
But he seems to struggle a little bit this season.
Yeah, the past few seasons.
Yeah.
That's a good case of he does all the right things and well, I mean, he doesn't dumb things, I guess. But
Give us an example. What's dumb that he does?
When we were doing our glacier camps, maybe he realizes it now, but he was skiing so fast all the time.
Yeah.
Like deliberately L2, and he looked great. He was in great shape. I couldn't do intervals with him. But it was just like a little too much energy, I think, for the summer. And I don't know. Who knows? There's a ton of things that could happen, but yeah, he's struggled a bit in racing. But he's had like bits of hope where I think he's still got it. But yeah, it's tough to be away from home and racing poorly, so we all wanted to keep rolling with it.
It must be insane for you guys when you're away for like so many months. It's like basically from end of November until end of March you don't go home, or occasionally there's like people that go home for a couple of weeks. But
before you answer this though, Gus, before you answer to what Jimmy's saying, this actually leads into a question. What do you guys think when you hear every single European skier ever complain about like, oh, it's so expensive to go to the US for a World Cup. Oh, we cannot send our full team to the US. And then you're spending like what, 6 months a year in Europe away from home?
That's like 4. Yeah.
It's 6
Feels like
months.
a rhetorical question.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, like total with camps and stuff, we end up spending about 6 months away from home. But yeah, the road one, like in Europe for World Cup, it's about 4 consecutive. Yeah.
So how do you feel about it then?
It feels a little like, I don't know if hypocritical is the word, probably not, but yeah, especially when Norway like won't send a full team. It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
And you know that like that's true for Japan and all these other countries that do it. Yeah, I don't know. We've learned to live with it. It's definitely easier for us, I think, than for other teams if you had to just do it. I can like, you know, when people complain about spending 5 weeks from home when they like do the period 1 stint through the tour and everything, it's like, all right. I mean, you know, 5 weeks is a pretty long time still. But you know, when you're away from home so long with your team, you get really close, and that helps a lot.
Yeah, because it does seem like when we look at the US team, it's like you guys always act as if you're like this group or this gang of friends that's just having fun all the time. You actually seem like you're very close.
We are, yeah. Especially the guys, like a lot of us are similar age and have grown up skiing together, and yeah, being around each other for a lot of the winter. I guess it could make it can be tough too. Like obviously there can be downsides with spending a lot of time together, but
I was just gonna say
like
there has to be a point where you
well.
just all start hating each other, no?
No, we all just like start hating Zandon basically. No, I love hating on that guy, but I mean, yeah, we gossip and stuff sometimes, but in general, we try to just like not go down that road because I feel like it's hard to come back from. So
yeah,
that's hilarious. Yeah, but the thing is, I was just thinking about like listing you guys in my head, and like I don't know, like Zandon, JC, Ben, you. Like every single one of us, I think is like, oh, that's like a super good lad. So like, I don't see why, or I understand why you guys are having such a good time, because like you do seem like super nice lads, and yeah, at the end of the day, it always takes every single one person in the team to make the team good, and it seems like you guys are doing a good job. But
yeah,
always hard to tell from the outside, but. When I just remember when I was in
sometimes
Livigno,
it's hard to tell from the inside too. I don't know, like you never know who's talking about you. No, it's fine.
When I was in Livigno a few years ago, and maybe I didn't know most of you guys so well, and then I was just like doing intervals, and then you guys were like, "Woo, woo, 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 come on, Jimmy!" Like this kind of like crazy like shouts, and I was like, "What the fuck is happening here?" But it was like
that probably
good
wasn't me. That's
and
not so my style, but yeah,
it was maybe
Luke
like
is the king of that.
And, yeah, but it was good. Like it's super good banter. Like
yeah, Luke will see someone he sort of knows and just like act like he's their best friend. It's such a virtue, I think.
Yeah, that's true. But like you wouldn't see like Emil Iversen or like Johannes Klæbo doing that. Not that it's like a problem for them, but like I feel like it's actually quite nice to be cool. Anyway, we're at the Olympic Games. Anything exciting that's been happening, boys? What's been happening?
We're at an undisclosed location somewhere in Italy.
Yeah, but we are still. I think it's okay to say that we're not in an athlete village, but we are at the Olympic Games, mate. What has been happening? What's been the exciting stuff happening? Like the here, for all those who don't know, listeners who don't know, is trading pins. So I've had quite a strong game on trading pins this year, because 4 years ago it was a bit boring because we were like all by ourselves and like it was COVID. So now I'm trying to have a bit of fun, and I've got like still ages until my first race. So that's one thing I've been doing. Or also I discovered that you're not allowed to take poles into the athlete village. Was staying just outside the athlete village, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna like go for a ski and I need to go through the athlete village to take the buses.
But you can
And
go even
so-
further than that, Jimmy. There's like a roller skiing treadmill in the
Yeah.
athletes village, but you're not allowed to
God.
bring your poles, so it's kind of useless.
You can only run on it.
Hey,
That's-
no polling is also an option.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might do some leg work tomorrow.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I was
How do you
like
think I'm so
stopped.
good at those downhill no pole sections?
Yeah.
Didn't come from nowhere.
But anyway, I was trying to go into the athlete village and like no way to get in. Like they were like, oh no, and I had to wait like 30 minutes until someone was escorted me from the checkpoint until the buses to make sure that I didn't leave the poles in the village. That's a bit ridiculous.
Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah.
It's also wild how they actually like. I remember roller skiing in Predazzo in the summer, and then I roller skied past the Olympic Village, and I just looked at how big of a construction site it still was, and I was thinking to myself, "There's no way they'll finish this." And then I was in Livigno in November, or even in December. January, beginning of January, I was in Livigno for a bit. And it was so much construction going on. I was also thinking, no way they're going to finish this. Turns out, I was right. They actually did not manage to finish the things. It's like there's this big hall in the village where you where there's like a gym, and then there's like these NOC offices, so the offices for every Olympic committee. And the hall is like basically 4 concrete walls. There's nothing in there, so they just put up some plywood boxes. There's no heating. It's insanely cold. They just put a few banners around the scaffolding so that it doesn't look so bad. It's still one big construction site here.
But
Even
even
have you
better
heard
than
about
that-
the thing in Cortina where they built this gondola for the races, and they didn't manage to finish it, so now they miss a gondola that they need for the races.
No. But even better than that,
The thing that
is
sucks about that too is then it's like you still got to build it.
Yeah.
You know, you're still gonna end up building it. It's probably gonna cost about the same. You just like didn't have it for the
Yeah, that's
thing
true.
you really needed it for.
Yeah,
But
true.
like, I can understand how tough construction is.
Yeah, but
for an
come
event
on,
this
can
big.
you really? Can you really like they have what? How long? How much notice do you get for Olympic Games? What 6
10
years
years?
notice? 7 years notice? So that means you need to be finished with all the planning when you're actually applying for the Olympics, because you need to have like this whole plan, this whole setup, and how it's gonna be. And then basically the day that you get to host the Olympics, it's like, okay, boots on the ground, we need to start working on it now. We have 7 years time. But
Yeah.
what do they do in Italy? They're like, we can also just wait until the summer before, no? And then they just like do fuck all in the summer before. They're like, oh, we have a little bit of stress now. And then they just make sure everything gets finished as late as possible. And then eventually stuff will not get finished.
But the worst thing is that they have this, like you said, this big building with like all these offices and stuff. And then they decided, oh yeah, we're gonna put the gym in this like tiny little like underground room, and then we're gonna put lots of equipment in it, and there's gonna be tons of athletes. So I went to go to the gym earlier, and I just came in. I saw Mika faffing on the ski erg, and I was like, what the fuck? There's like 1 million people in here. I'm out straight, so I didn't even like
the
stay.
greatest thing of those 1 million people, there's like, I don't know, I think today there was like and the gym's really not that big, and I think there was like 5 or 6 volunteers just in there, just
Yeah.
standing and watching you. And I'm like, if you just leave, you'd actually make place for 5 athletes that could train here.
That's true.
Dude, I hate crowded gyms.
Yeah,
It's
I would
the
way
worst.
rather just never do strength than do it in a crowded gym.
Yeah.
That's true. That's what I did. I went back to my room
Which-
and sat on my
yeah.
bed instead, which was a lot better.
Are you a believer of gym, or are you not a believer of gym work?
I'm a believer. Yeah. if it's sunny out, sometimes I'll skip it, do it a different day. Kind of like following my values from earlier, but I think it's helpful. I feel like especially like doing good stability core stuff makes my technique feel better, and then the other stuff I feel like helps with injury. You know, like making the back stronger so my shoulders don't get too skier like.
I hate gym. I never do gym.
Anyway, anything else exciting saying about Olympics, boys?
It's always fun to see everyone in their new outfits.
Yeah, that's
I don't
cool.
know. It's also like comforting to show up to the venue. You know, like all this stuff is crazy. There's every corner you go around, there's rings, and you got to download a new app for your phone because it's super secure and everything. And then you go and it's still, you know, you guys out there, and everyone's got like a new spin on whatever suit they had recently. All that's pretty fun. I think
that's cool.
One exciting question. I don't know if it's an exciting thing because I actually don't know. What is all this stuff we read about ice agents? Do you guys actually have ice agents with you, just being there, or?
Oh, our Secret Service people, confidential. No, I don't think ice agents are involved in the delegation at all. But we do have like security.
Yeah.
That goes around. We have to like tell, like let them know when we're like gonna be at the venue, who's gonna be there. It's like we showed up today and they're like, "Oh, you guys a sprint group?" I'm like, "Yes, actually we are."
Talking about exciting things related to the Olympics, we had this whole media thing in Vienna going on last week, and then there was like this farewell party last week on Tuesday, and we got to meet the president on Wednesday, and then this farewell party on the Tuesday, I'm sitting on a table with some people, and then there's like this guy behind me, and I just hear him talk like American accent English all the time, and I was like, I wonder who that guy is. Like, why would we have like American people at like the Austrian Olympic farewell party? And so then like the whole thing starts, and it was like broadcasted live on television, and they start to introduce the special guests that are there, and then they're like, and we are also really happy to welcome the new American ambassador to Austria, Arthur Fischer, or whatever his name was. And I was like, wait a second, why the hell is the US ambassador at the Austrian Olympic farewell party? Which actually made a lot of sense after that. I think he quite likes sports, and then also I think he was invited because the next Olympics, the Summer Olympics, will be in LA. So then the Austrians might need some help with organizing stuff. So it actually did make sense. But it's still like you're sitting at this sports event, and then all of a sudden there's like the US ambassador involved, and you're like, wait, there's like Secret Service people in the room. You can actually see them standing on the sides, and they're all standing there like as you see on television. I was like, why the fuck are they here? But yeah, so that was exciting.
Very cool.
Last thing, Gus, you grew up in Alaska, right?
Yes.
Whereabouts? In
Anchorage.
Anchorage. So you hate your life as well in the winter? Or you're happy that you're not there in the winter? Or
no, it's usually good. Last year was horrible, but yeah, Anchorage has good winters generally.
But is it not just like super, super cold?
No. Anchorage it's close enough to the ocean that it generally doesn't. Actually, this winter it's been pretty cold. But yeah, the ocean keeps it warmer.
Okay.
In general.
Interesting.
December, January, kind of like the month before I was home for a week, and it was like pretty much I think the highest it got was probably like -10 Celsius, and a lot of days were like -20, -25. So just like settled in. I got and there wasn't even that much snow on the ground. Like it was just cold and dry. So there's a lot of like cool ice skating going down, but in general, people were complaining when I got there, because I got there and it like snowed 2 feet, and then it was like a nice amount of cold.
Yeah,
like -10, -15.
But how many freedoms is 2 feet?
Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding. It's like 6.
It's probably up to like an average guy's knee.
Yeah. Right. One or actually 3 questions that we ask every guest on the podcast. Gus, you'll get to do one session with 2 people at one place. What are you doing? Where are you going? And who are you bringing? The people that you bring, they can be dead or alive. They don't need to be skiers. Also, your session can just be whatever sports activity. Yeah.
Dream session, mate.
This is maybe cheating because I've been like thinking about it for a while, but it goes with the theme. So my event, this would be place and session, would be ski touring on probably like just regular touring skis from Anchorage to Girdwood, which is mostly mountains. I've sort of like looked at some routes. Definitely not like a new thing that people have done. But who would I do it with? My girlfriend would be cool. She really likes doing that stuff with me. We have a good time together. Who would the third one be? You want me to pull some like long lost cool name, huh?
No, we actually
Just
like,
anyone.
If you could make it happen right now, who would it be? Like, what would you do?
Probably my brother.
Yeah.
But like my brother in really good shape.
Is he not in such good shape now?
Not always. No, he doesn't like work out super hard. He goes to the gym, plays hockey with his friends. We went skiing a couple times at home. We've done some like long stuff together, and it's fun when you're doing something hard and you're with someone that's like on the same level as you. Like you're both suffering equally hard. And we did this one thing this fall, and I was in too good of shape, I think, which was kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
He was like telling my sister later, he was like, yeah, I just wish you would have faked being tired, Like, it would have made it so much better. I was doing my best, but man, I don't know. I have a good time.
Do you actually come from a like big skiing family? Like, is all your family into cross-country skiing, or are you just like this one weird kid they had that wanted to go ski on skinny skis?
I'm a somewhat of an anomaly. My parents didn't really do it growing up. They grew up in southern Wisconsin, which is like farmland, just kind of Central America, cornfields and small towns for those of you that aren't familiar.
It's quite big in Wisconsin, no?
Yeah, more so in northern Wisconsin.
Yeah, okay.
Like they have in Madison, the capital, which is in the south, they have some clubs and stuff, but yeah, where they were from, it wasn't so much a thing. They started doing it with the Berkey, actually the American Birkebeiner.
Yeah.
And they did like 10 in a row or something, and then moved up to Alaska because they like this mountains and snow and stuff. My dad was in the Air Force. But yeah, they weren't like super my mom was actually a really good runner in high school.
So your parents were not so much into cross-country skiing, but they did 10 Berkeys in a row.
Dude, my mom did her first Berkey, all V1 to the left side. 52K or whatever it is. Like that gives you a sense to like what the kind of grind gene that I have.
Yeah.
And my dad's just like sort of talented and like can do things.
Wait, but in the Air Force, was he flying?
No, he's a doctor.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and then my brother and sister both skied through high school, but weren't quite as into it.
Yeah.
Towards the end anyway. But like when we were younger, yeah, we all like went to races together and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
I really want to go to Alaska now and just go ski touring and play hockey and have a good time. Me and Mika are going to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
Especially
awesome.
with that
spring
while everybody's skiing on snow farming loops in Livigno.
Yeah. Super fun.
That's going to be good.
No, the spring with like the University of Alaska ski team, like their events and stuff are really fun.
It looks so good. Every time I look on social media, I'm jealous. You guys look like you're having such a good time.
Yeah. Okay, what are you looking more forward to? The Olympic Games now or Home World Cup in Lake Placid?
That's a good one.
I mean, right now Olympics is on the front of mind for sure. But yeah, Lake Placid's going to be fun too.
Yeah.
Good times. Which race are you going to win?
Is there a classic sprint?
Yes.
Is there actually? Is it? I should
In
know.
Lake Placid.
There's a
No,
20K
not in Lake
skate.
Placid.
Yeah.
We're talking
10K.
about Olympics.
Oh. I thought you were talking about Lake Placid.
No.
It's a
No,
skate
yeah.
sprint.
Classic sprint. I don't know. We'll see.
Classic
some-
sprint.
got some tries.
You're gonna get 3 medals. You're gonna get classic sprint, then you're gonna get team sprint, and you're gonna get relay at least.
Wait, mate, there's a
Dude,
fucking
relay
10K
would be a
skate.
dream.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
but I hear
but
Einar
yeah, but-
Hedegaard's the best skater in history.
He's
That's
first
true.
of all, he's definitely not the best skater in history, and I'm a Einar Hedegaard fanboy.
Actually,
Um,
how do you guys feel about XC Ski Universe? Have
I
you talked about that on this podcast at all?
I actually think we because anytime he talks about how shit the level in skiing is right now, he posts this one segment of me going really slow up Lisebotn. So I think he does think I'm somewhat of a shit skier, which is
Yeah.
fair. Like, okay. I do think he knows a lot of stuff about skiing, and it's actually a bit of a shame that he's, or she, I don't know, that they're anonymous and not willing to give away who they are, because I think it'd be fucking cool actually discussing skiing with that person sometime.
Dude, you can
Yeah.
have him on as just a. Yeah, you feel like one of these voices.
yeah,
Yeah,
You know
can
how
have
people do
the-
that, like the voice mixer,
That would be good.
or just have them type their answers and do the like AI voice they always do.
Yeah. That we should do. But for typing answers would also require to type questions, and my typing skills aren't they aren't really there.
True. Yeah.
So, but to finish it off, I think the person's probably super intelligent and smart about skiing, but now we're doing an all-time best skater thing. Einar Hedegaard's done what, 5 skate World Cup in his life? Put some respect on Simon Hextech Kruger's name. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Prime Kruger. If we would have Prime Kruger on the start and the 10K in Olympics, Prime Kruger would win the 10K in Olympics 10 out of 10 times.
That's maybe, but honestly, also like Brian Nortug, Prime Holland, Prime Schuret. There's also like, okay, that maybe not like best of all times, but like Einar Hedegaard is the best skier right now. That's
Yes,
like,
right now he's the
for
best
sure.
skater, undoubtedly.
But best of all time, that's always a tough one to say, I think. But
He needs to at least win races, skate races, every year for the next 10 years, or let's say the next 6 years, and then win every skate race at a major event to even be considered the greatest skater of all time. There's so many people that actually are the greatest skaters of all time right now. I am a Einar Hedegaard fanboy. I think he's insanely good, and I wish I was as good as him.
but what do you
but-
think, Gus?
I mean, well, the level's so low right now that it obviously it can't be the best of all time. I don't know. Yeah, he's really good. He seems super fit, and his technique is good, and yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see. That's why we race, though. You know.
Would you consider him
Gotta
as
see
of
what
now? We're
happens.
talking as of now. Would you consider him the greatest skater of all time?
No, I think you have to prove that.
Yes.
Yeah, you got like being the best of it at all time is like not a 1 year thing. You can't,
but, like,
no matter what you do in a year.
We're not talking about 1 year. We're talking about 2 months or 2.5 months, basically.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
it's not even a year. Anyway,
So
Well, maybe we.
if he wants to apply for being the greatest skater of all time, he should definitely start by winning the Olympics next week with quite a margin.
That would help.
That would help.
then he
That
would
would
win
help for sure.
a Holmenkollen,
Yes.
and then maybe we'll consider.
Yes, but if you've
All
not
right.
won a single medal in a major championship, you've not won Holmenkollen in skating. Like, you can be an insanely good skier, but you're nowhere close to goats.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we've been blabbing for quite a while now. Thanks for joining the pod, Gus.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was good.
Appreciate it.
Good to chat. And good luck for
Yeah.
Olympics. Everyone that comes on the podcast becomes really good afterwards. Einar Hedegaard came on the podcast a week before Waito. I'm just saying
Yes.
that. And like everyone, I mean, Klabo also came on the pod, but I think he was also very good before.
Was he good after?
He won Tour de Ski, so
Hey,
yeah.
doesn't matter what happened before.
But
yeah.
according
Yeah.
to
Well,
XC
that's cool,
Skiing
that's good.
Universe, he's even better now than he was last year. And I think I might actually agree on that with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yasmi and to Coletta Ridzek, mate. We've like actually all of them have been on the podcast and then been super good. So
wait, Jimmy, we should actually just, you know what? Like the next podcast is gonna be you and Muzzy, and then you'll get me on as a guest, and then we'll do one me and Muzzy, and we'll get you on as a guest.
yeah, we'll do that.
Whatever spirit, energy force is making this happen is gonna see right through that plan.
Also, in order to have a functioning rule, you need to have exceptions as well. And we did have Andrew Musgrave on the podcast a few times, and he did not proceed to become a great skier after that. So, yes.
Shit. Yeah. Fuck. Oh, well.
Your number one Nordic skiing podcast. Like, subscribe, leave us a comment, and hear you soon. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Skirious problems.